very much for that. Let's talk about United Breweries. That's the one which has seen a big fall of 5% just in the last few minutes. This is after the company announced suspension of the supply of its beer to Telangana Beverages Corporation with immediate effect. Manglam is here to tell us more details. Manglam.
Well, so the development has taken place as, the Telangana Beverages Corp, which is basically the state of Telangana, has not revised the price of beer for the company since 2019 to 2020. And as a result of which, the company was making loss on every bottle of beer that it was selling to the state of Telangana. And because of this lack of revision, the company has gone ahead and decided that it will suspend supply of beer to Telangana Beverages Corp or the state of Telangana itself with immediate effect because this business has been rendered unviable. So Telangana, accounts for about mid-single digits of their volumes as per analysts. And if the company were to stop it, in the very near term, there would be a hit on the volumes. But on the other side, this would be a positive from a profitability/margin standpoint, largely because they won't be selling more of the product on which they make losses. Secondly, there is the question of receivables. So, as of September, the company had a total receivables of close to around 2,400 crores on their books. A couple of quarters ago, on the analyst call, they did say that there could be around 900 crore in terms of receivables coming in from Telangana. Is that at a risk? And that's something, the street was fearing, because of which the stock is down about 5.5%. Turns out not, because the company has obviously sold the product to the government. And at the same time, there is no risk of them not getting that money back because there are legal recourses available for that as well. There is a clear sale agreement and a sale deed that has taken place for which receivables haven't come by. So there is no risk of receivables being lost. And at the same time, were this to happen, either the company, the state goes ahead and increases the prices or revises the prices for beer, which in turn is positive for both volumes and margins. If it does not, then it's negative for volumes but positive for margins. Having said that, the uncertainty is something that the street is not liking, and as a result of which, that's weighing down on the stock. But from a medium to long-term standpoint, this isn't a negative.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Karan Taurani, Senior Vice President and Research Analyst at Elara Capital, is now with us. Karan, have you all spoken with the management of United Breweries on this Telangana issue? Because clearly it's been a problem for a while now. And what has been the communication with the management? And how big a problem is this?
So I think, in terms of problem, it's quite big because Telangana is a big state, for UBL. AP has just opened up very recently. And because AP was not, opened up in so many years, you did see Telangana volume kinds of increasing. And now in terms of volume market share, Telangana could contribute anywhere between 15 to 20% of volumes for UBBL. And they do have a sizable market share in that state as well. They've got, 60% plus kind of market share over there. So I think this suspension is going to be a near-term negative. But I think, these kind of issues do come in, because the alcobev industry as such is regulatory in nature, and they do get resolved within 2 to 3 months. So I think if at all this issue is resolved within 2 to 3 months and, these companies do end up getting a price hike, it's going to be a bigger positive. So I think it's a near-term negative for now. But yes, if the price hike does come in, which is a high likelihood event after the suspension over the next 2 to 3 months, it is going to be a positive for the overall margins for UBL.
What about the issue of receivables?
Yeah, so I think issue of receivables is there. It's there. It's been there since some time. It's nothing new. I think since the last 6 to 9 months, there has been a massive delay. So as per our assessment, I think this entire issue of receivables had kind of, resolved, in terms of time frame. So I think around the month of March, April, the receivables time frame was around 3 to 4 months in terms of delay and lag of payment. And around August, September, the time frame did come down to 2 months. But I think as per our checks right now, companies haven't received money since October 24. So that's around 3-4 months again. So the lag time has kind of increased. And that's another thing, which is hampering prospects of these companies in these states.
Okay. That's the issue that's bothering the stock today, this Telangana overhang that's new. But Karan, hi, afternoon, by the way, Surbhi here. But even otherwise, beer has not been very hot business, at least in the listed space, right? Look at what UB's done in the last 12 months. Stock's not gone anywhere, very, very range bound. Though they've been talking about premiumization, they're talking about bringing newer brands. I think Amstel was something they announced towards the end of last year that they'll be sort of introducing in the Indian market. What's the bigger story on United Breweries? I mean, and what's your call? Buy, sell, hold, or no view?
Yeah, so we have an accumulated rating on the stock. I think the stock in the near term has got pressure in the form of margins because they're investing very aggressively in the premium beer side. If you look at the market share, I think, UBL as a company has tried to gain market share in the premium beer segment since many years. But it is only after Heineken that they've been able to gain market share over the last 1.5 years, which was not possible since the last, 5, 7, 8 years when you had the old management come in. So I think you have to give it to them that the margins being lower are primarily because of the market share gain which is happening on the premium beer side. I think it's a structurally fundamentally positive, if you gain market share on the premium beer side, because that segment growth rates are almost 2.5 times as compared to what the regular beer segment growth would be. And it's very tough to kind of shake up the market. AB InBev has been a market leader on the premium beer side since many years, and somewhere they've been able to gain market share on that as well. So I think if the premium beer market share momentum continues for another 2 or 3, 4 quarters, probably after that you could see margin improvement as well. They'll kind of try to pull back on A&P spends, because then the product becomes more of a pull demand side sort of a scenario in the premium beer segment, which was not the case all these years. So I think clearly it's a good strategy, and we have an accumulated rating on the stock. We like the story of premiumization. Margin concerns are there in the near term, but over the medium to long term, the prospects remains to be strong.
All right, Karan, just a quick couple of questions in terms of numbers. 60% of the Telangana market is what United Breweries holds, right?
Yeah, so they have got a 50 to 60% kind of market share in Telangana.
Got it. As a percentage of their total revenue mix, how much is Telangana?
So as a percent of their revenue, it's around 15 to 20% of
15 to 20%.
Today. It's a large market, yeah.
Got it. And what could the outstanding receivables be?
So receivables is not known as of now, but yes, it could be anywhere between 500 to 700 crores outstanding right now, and that's coming with a lag of at least 3 to 4 months. So that's been another concern apart from the price hike that they've been wanting since the last 6 months.
All right, Karan, appreciate your quick thoughts and sort of first take coming in on the United Breweries stock, which is taking a bit of a hit. I'm wondering, on a lighter note, a company stop 60% share. If you stop supply of beer to a state, could it be? It's a serious